Hi, my name is Faruk and today we're diving into this beautiful M5 MacBook Air and I'm gonna compare it to the monsters I have in my arsenal and especially to this wonderful M5 MacBook Pro. In this video, we're gonna see how this M5 MacBook Air performs when it comes to my tasks. I'm not gonna baby this. I'm gonna throw this the way I work as a power user and we're gonna see what this machine can do. Let's begin with the unboxing. And here it is, $1,299 M5 MacBook Air with 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 16-core neural engine, and 16GB of unified memory, which can go up to 24 or 32 gigabytes, and 1TB of storage that can go up to 4 terabytes comes in this nicely designed box. Inside the box, we're greeted with M5 MacBook Air, some papers, no stickers, 2-meter USB-C to MagSafe 3 cable, 40-watt dynamic power adapter with 60-watt max output, and that's pretty much it. MacBook Air turns on immediately as soon as you open its lid. It has a really nice backlit Magic Keyboard with Touch ID and a Force Touch trackpad. It has one MagSafe 3 port, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. 13.60-inch LED backlit display has 500 nits brightness. The N1 chip in this device supports Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and Thread networking technology. The 12-megapixel center stage camera supports desk view and 1080p HD video recording. It has 4-speaker sound system and 53.8 watt-hour battery gives this device 15-hour wireless web browsing. The spec sounds fantastic. Let's see what it can do. Now keep in mind that this is a $1,299 MacBook Air. This M5 MacBook Pro is $3,350. Remember that. This one doesn't have a fan. This one has everything. Now let's begin with something synthetic like Geekbench. Let's look at the Geekbench results. As expected, M5 MacBook Air performs very similar to my M5 MacBook Pro 14-inch. In both CPU and CPU multi-tests. Same thing when it comes to compute scores as well. Now, what makes M5 different than the previous generation Apple Silicon is that these SoCs have neural accelerators on every GPU. And what that does is when you go to Image Playground and when you type in something, it creates that image a lot faster compared to previous generation Apple Silicon. There's also an app called Draw Things where it generates images on device and I tested that. And MacBook Air finished this task the last. But when it comes to Geekbench AI tests, not only this machine kept up with the others, when it comes to GPU and neural engine quantized scores, actually M5 MacBook Air got higher score. Now let's take a look at Cinebench 2024. Oh, before we do that, there's also Cinebench 2026, but I only ran that on M5 MacBook Pro and M5 MacBook Air because I didn't have enough time to run it on all devices, but maybe in the future I'll release that. But when it comes to 2024 version, these are the results. In GPU test, M5 MacBook Air gets a similar score compared to MacBook Pro M5. In multi-thread score, however, it falls back a little bit. Yet, in single thread, once again, it is very close to M5 MacBook Pro, which has the highest score amongst these devices. And then I decided to do the stress test, so I ran the tests for 30 minutes. And yes, as expected, M5 MacBook Air slowed down a little bit. But don't forget that M5 MacBook Air does not have a fan in it, and it is not built for these kind of tasks. We're just pushing it to see what it can do. These devices have the new and faster SSDs in them. And when I did my Blackmagic disk test, it seems like the write speed is up there. It's not the fastest, but it's really close. And when it comes to read speed, it is simply the fastest. And now let's look at Blender. And in Blender, I rendered a file And these are the results. M5 MacBook Air finishes the task a little after M5 MacBook Pro, yet still ahead of M4 iMac. When it comes to logic, I bounced Lil Nas's Spatial song, and it finished only 2 seconds after M5 MacBook Pro. By the way, M5 MacBook Pro has double the size of unified memory. But hold on to something, because when it comes to Final Cut Pro, something crazy happened. By the way, right now what you're seeing is M5 MacBook Air playing back an 8K video project file without any stutters. When it comes to rendering an HDR video, this device finished the task first. And when it comes to noise reduction, it finished head-to-head with M5 MacBook Pro. And when it comes to exporting an 8K video to ProRes 422, it slowed down quite a lot. As expected, this is a task that takes forever, and the longer it takes, the warmer this device gets, the warmer it gets, the slower it performs. But then I got curious and I used a laptop cooler. And guess what happened? It just caught up with M5 MacBook Pro. I have a fan theory that we're gonna talk about towards the end of this video. When it comes to Lightroom, I have 100 files, 100 RAW files shot with Sony A1. These are gigantic files. And I exported them to JPEG, full quality JPEGs. And during this export, MacBook Air M5 fell behind MacBook Pro M5, but was still ahead of iMac M4. And when it comes to pasting edits to 100 photos, the results were more or less the same. When it comes to gaming, I played Cyberpunk on this device. And depending on the settings, yes, you can get up to 60 frames per second with frame generation and stuff like that. But it is still playable. It is not that bad, and I'm really surprised about this. I was able to play the game. So if this is your computer, this is a $1,200 computer. If you really like Cyberpunk, yeah, you can play it on this one. When it comes to screen brightness, this doesn't have HDR, but it has True Tone, it has 10-bit color, but it doesn't have HDR, and the screen brightness goes up to 500 nits. This thing is super impressive. I really like how small and capable it is. And the speakers are really nice too. I think this is a super capable device. And the thing is, what it can do doesn't end there. What I mean by that is, if you really need this device to perform like crazy, you can get a laptop cooler and catch up to this device more or less with some applications. You still have options to make this device work even faster, even though it doesn't have the fan. But on the other hand, when it's time to go, you just put this in your bag. It is super light, it is super capable, great battery life, and it just comes with you everywhere, and it doesn't break your back and your bank. So what I did to this device is not fair. This device is not built to carry my power user tasks, but it did. And the reason I wanted to see this is because when I was making my iPhone 11 review, I think I had a maxed out MacBook i9. Everything was maxed out, and I was at Sony's camera camp, and I was leaving my computer in the room to go join the camera camp activities. And whenever I got back, my computer, I was finding my computer restarted because it got so hot. And I wasn't able to export my file because of that. And now we're here. No matter what I throw at this, it is capable, it does it. Maybe it slows down, it is fine, but it still does it. So it is a great, very surprising, tiny laptop. And I'm actually really happy that I tried to see how it does with my project files. So compared to this $3,350 MacBook Pro with M5 in it, this thing is not that far behind. That's the end of my video, but as usual, what I'm curious is, what do you think about this? What do you think about the performance of this MacBook Air? Is this something you're interested in? Please let me know in the comment section below. I love reading your comments. This is a very quick video. We don't have many beauty shots and stuff like that. We just got to the point, talk about the product, what it can do. I'm gonna see you a lot more in the upcoming videos, in the long form videos. Until I see you next time, take really good care of yourselves and hoşça kalın.